before I get started, just let me say, I'm fine. You fine. I don't know what y'all doing, but find something else to do. The chick of my dreams, my wife Marjorie. That life for me, it ain't gonna be good without her.
You shouldn't feel guilty for anything.
It appears that Steve Harvey is quite terrified of losing his wife Marjorie. He is prepared to wipe off the internet as a result of her suspected affair with family members. And although Steve and his wife have previously addressed the absurd accusations that have been circulating online over the past week, there are still plenty of indicators that Marjorie was secretly having an extramarital affair. And there are other factors as well, in addition to her dubious past. So let's investigate this incident further and uncover the truth.
They knew I was a high risk, so they knew what to expect.
Have you seen how swiftly Steve Harvey's henchmen are erasing any negative material on Marjorie's allegedly having an affair with family staff members? To stop the rumor and return to his life as a family man and relationship expert, Steve almost seems to be exploiting his power and wealth. Well, it appears to many that Steve and his family are merely attempting to cover up the entire issue that could damage his reputation and, under the pressure of society, result in an acrimonious and expensive divorce. And if Steve wants to continue earning money and provide for his attractive wife, he cannot afford this.
Mama is spending 85% of all the money I'm making.
You may be aware that Marjorie, who has been married to Steve for 16 years, was accused of having an extramarital affair with their bodyguard and personal chef early last month. She has maintained that the rumors are untrue and false. Writing on her personal Instagram, "My husband and I don't usually stop to address all the foolishness and lies that have been spread about us. But it appears that the rumors struck the mark, and as insiders are now asserting, these ludicrous conjectures are in fact real." Marjorie has, however, been able to enjoy indiscretions throughout their whole marriage since she thinks she has Steve in her iron grip.
Willing to trade my man for a really good what?
Pool boy.
However, it appears that Marjorie doesn't give a damn about what Steve is thinking or whether he is aware of her extramarital antics with other guys. That sounds rather embarrassing, especially when you say it live on television. Guys, it's obvious that this woman is capable of anything if you discover more about her murky past. Guys, did you know that before she became Steve's third wife, Marjorie was actually his mistress and had been having affairs with him while he was still wed to Mary Lee? Marjorie may have even provided the Family Feud host with legal assistance when he was divorcing his now ex-wife Mary. Once the divorce was finalized, Marjorie upgraded from mistress to wife because the way was clear.
Say, oh, this woman has no job, socially she is of no significance.
Marjorie Harvey, who is renowned for her fashionable looks and for being Harvey's sidekick, is not what you would expect to be such a despicable individual with low standards. The stories revealing her involvement in ending Steve's second marriage, and even engaging in some dubious and unlawful financial ventures with her first spouse, have drawn attention to her dubious past, though. It appears that Marjorie wasn't keeping Steve in the dark about her sad background or anything else. She understood that she could do whatever she wanted without facing consequences from the TV presenter, because she could see how deeply in love he was.
Hand off of me. Trade me in for no damn pool boy.
Many people are claiming that the entire affair is suspicious, and in an effort to dispel these claims, Steve and Marjorie have even enlisted the help of their powerful friends. There's smoke, there's fire, as the phrase goes, and online users continue to develop hypotheses demonstrating that Marjorie and Steve haven't been upholding their marital obligations in a while. As one user wrote, who said Marjorie wouldn't play Steve dirty with a broke man, why not? Steve probably have men trouble. Why won't she cheat? She already have a rich husband. And another user added, she tried to throw Steve off with Pool Boy when it was Security Boy that she was screwing. She's was a nasty hoe anyway, Steve. Now you can find you a good lady. Actually, there's a chance that Marjorie and Steve's relationship isn't as strong as it was in 2005 when she served as his mistress. Marjorie is currently 8 years younger than Steve, who will age 67 the following year, and it appears that she requires more things than Steve does. In order to meet her wants, she relies only on bodyguards, cooks, and cool dudes. Additionally, Steve doesn't spend a lot of time at home, so we can only speculate on the number of chances he lost to spend time with his wife due to his job.
Hey. So that's Steve's version of the comedy club. It was actually at the Rose Bowl. It was huge.
Marjorie no longer has the appearance of a woman who wastes her free time waiting for a man to get home. If you've been following her life's tale, you know that she was even unable to remain faithful to her first husband, Jim Townsend, who lavished her with affection in a manner similar to Steve. But Marjorie decided to go on with her life after learning that he had been sentenced to life in prison for his criminal activities.
Going on with her life, dating, whatever she's doing. And I'm going on with my life trying to, fight and get out of prison.
When Marjorie met Big Don, a different dealer by the name of Donald Woods, her life suddenly changed. Marjorie filed for divorce from Jim after getting connected with Big Don, and the pair moved to Miami together. They were supported in their opulent lifestyle by Big Don's trading endeavors. To much of Marjorie's dismay, however, her second husband was subsequently detained as part of one of the largest busts in Memphis's recent history, and Marjorie eventually made her way into Steve's arms a year after that awful sequence of events. Evidently, being with a media star was safer than living alone and constantly scanning your surroundings, because Marjorie always thought of herself as a free bird and was unable to let go of her old habits. She continued to live in the same hedonism as before.
Is a little bit of guilt that all of us carry when it comes to a broken marriage or the broken family.
Marjorie has established herself as a household figure and developed a reputation for having immaculate taste in clothing since she wed Steve. She has amassed millions of Instagram followers, making her a social media influencer as well. Many people are envious of her lavish lifestyle, yet her history is still a burden. And because of this, people think she isn't really that devoted. But it's obvious that the rumors touched the tender spot based on Steve's unfiltered reactions.
I'm not discussing a damn thing with y'all. First of all y'all are stupid.
Marjorie had planned out their entire life together, and one of her best decisions was to ensure that Steve, the TV personality, would adopt all of her biological children and leave them in his will. Now that she has this trick up her sleeve, she may live her life without being bound by any marital responsibilities. Marjorie definitely has enough people living in that large mansion to keep it neat and tidy, especially given the fact that Steve is busy earning money. Of course, she also needs someone to talk to while she's alone.
But baby, when we got married,
It's okay.
I said
I've got
I
a
don't-
friend that deals with little situations like this.
Another thing that leads people to believe Marjorie is having fun with family members is how the biological children of Steve respond to the matron's presence. They didn't support his secret marriage to Marjorie, to start with. And this year, all the girls went bowling before returning to say they didn't want us to get married and that they didn't think it was the appropriate thing to do, as Steve himself remarked in an interview. Furthermore, a number of online sleuths noticed that Marjorie's twin sisters, Carly and Brandy, were frequently missing from her family's social media posts. It appears that the twins do not accept this woman as their stepmom and do not really want to get to know her.
That I was suffering in silence from all the emotions that I was suppressing. We all are walking around in this emotional dishonesty all the time.
It's bad that Marjorie is acting in this manner, but it appears that she is also modeling it for Lori. So it makes sense why the family relationships are so wild and why there are always new media stories about conflict and drama. Marjorie appears to have caused a lot of disruption in the household, and more importantly, she controls her husband so that she can live her life as if she is single. After the infidelity scandal, a lot of people are disappointed with Marjorie's reputation, but they also claim that only someone who is blind wouldn't have seen all the warning signs about her. As one user wrote, she set Steve up. She knew he was easy. Steve's starting to talk like he's brainwashed. And another user added, "What?" Her story speaks for itself, and she's definitely teaching it to her daughter. Thanks for watching our video. Make sure to subscribe our channel for more celeb videos. Don't forget to like and comment. Also share it with friends and family.